Hey yo, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of MTV Catfish, Season 8, Episode 13, the episode of Dre and Casey. This is not gonna be a long one because I was so overdone with this guy in this in this episode. I was so done with it. I was like, whatever. I'm just so done with it. So basically, the brother Fred wrote the show and saying that he wanted to help his brother, or at least trying to get his brother to come right, to be right, because he know his brother is a natural born flirt. He like to flirt with different females. He's a player, and he needs to get played. That's what the subject of the email say, player get played. So I was like, okay, we already know based on that his brother's a player. So they talking. He said yes. He's in the he trying to stop his brother from messing up what he really got and everything, and all that stuff. He was talking to Casey. They didn't say how long he was talking to Casey. He said he was talking to Casey. He had never had a phone talk with Casey, never video chat with Casey, and never met with her in person. She's in Atlanta and everything. So Casey's is a white little blonde perky girl pictures that she was sending. Okay. So he said he don't want to mess it up. So I said, what's mess up what? And they revealed that he has a girlfriend. Yes, he has a girlfriend, and he has a daughter. So I was like, hold up. He has a whole girlfriend and a whole daughter, a real life person, and he willing to risk all of that for this catfish. He's willing to risk it all. Now, apparently Dre, his brother, stayed with him because Rebecca, his girlfriend, threw Dre out. She bleached his clothes. She destroyed his property because he got caught in his phone. She looked at his phone, called him, flipped out. Now he's in the doghouse. He was his brother's house. And that's it. I was like, this guy got a whole girlfriend and a daughter, and you gonna do all that, mess up your whole life, potentially lose your girlfriend, and possibly maybe your daughter too, over a catfish? Really? Really? Okay. So he was saying, oh, why read one books when you could read multiple books? So you comparing your girlfriend is woman to books? So why wouldn't you read one book when you can read multiple books? Oh, okay. Alright, whatever. You want to have your cake and eat it too. So Cammy saying, what about as a guy? He said, I want no binders, I want books. I said, this guy. So he said yes, he willing, he wanted to talk, he wanted to see it. And he tricked himself in delusional think that maybe this could work out. I just hoping that if I meet this girl, she say what she says in the pictures, and she is what it is, she's a beautiful woman, everything, then we could be one big happy family. She could be cool with them, we could get close, we could get chummy and all that stuff. Now this time, yeah, they got Dre into the chat. And when they saw Dre, he popped up, I said, ooh. I was sorry, how's people who not all that good looking to be all that player, I think he got all the freaking options in the world. Like, oh, he looked like a burnt mop. I'll say whatever. Yeah, burnt mop. That's what I said. He looked like a mop that survived a fire. That's what he looked like. Dog ass dreads is all looking. Hey, he was old challenge face. I like. So I was like, okay. So Neve and Cammy thinking that maybe it could have been the girlfriend. Maybe Rebecca is a catfish. They're trying to set him up, see he would take the bait, and catch him in the act. Right? That's what I was thinking. I said, yes, catfish and Rebecca. She had to be the only prime suspect that we could think of that will do this to him, to catch him. Because he has a lot to lose. And even at all that, he's still willing to see who this chick is. And want to find out if she's so good, flirt, all that stuff. Because they had sexual conversations. And he would try and get pictures and stuff like that. Casey would never send him pictures. but they had sexual conversations that it would turn to things. So it was not normal conversation they be having. It got too deep with the sexual talk, right? So they said cool, all that. So they checking, they just investigation time. Checking the Facebook page, check the Instagram, realized the Facebook pages, and it was so crazy is that the post on the Facebook page of Casey wasn't that much post, and then while he was showing the page, he was freaking liking the pictures. I said, what the hell you liking? At the same time you showing Neva Cammy the Facebook page? He's like, I didn't see that before. I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm noticing the pictures of her thing has a black girl emoji. Like this and everything. And all the freaking emoji was the black girl emojis. Because you know in the phones, some emojis have different colors to them. White, black, all that stuff like that. So if you got a black girl emoji, usually it's representing the black girl. So it was multiple of that. So it's either this white girl playing all that she don't even realize that she putting a black girl emoji, or it's a black girl who's posing as a white girl and she not realizing she putting black girl emojis to give her dead set away that it could be a black female. It can't repeat that. So she said definitely no, it's a female, a black female. So that's what they thought. It's just this girlfriend. She's the number one suspect because they use a black girl emojis. It had to be a female. A black female. It's not a white girl. So whoever this person is using white girl pictures, that's not it. That's not a white girl. So they checked that, and apparently she got 2 phone numbers. He had 2 phone numbers from her, from Casey. So they did that. They checked the Instagram. It was 9 posts, 47 followers, 49 following, all that. Yada yada. That was dead end. So they checked the pictures. The pictures show up as a girl named Alyssa, who's a makeup artist or web creations and stuff like that. And then he was saying that yes, his Casey live in Atlanta and she down there helping the grandma, all that stuff. There's a little story, but all that you into risk all that just to, and you haven't met the girl. He said he was trying to FaceTime and all that stuff, and she was trying to hint that she needed a new phone just to FaceTime him and all that stuff. I don't think he gave him money, but she was hinting that. So they checked the phone numbers next. So when they took the pictures of the girl, they found out her name is Alyssa, it's not Casey. So they realized it's like, that's not her. And so they have a legit website, web creations, all that stuff. Check her page. She have a legit page, Instagram page, and everything, married, all that stuff. That's that. Next, they checked the phone numbers. The first phone number came up to a guy named Jose Perez, who's 75 years old. No, of course, he's not talking to a 75 years old guy. So that was that. And then the second number turned up to a guy named M. Rodriguez. They don't know if it's a female. They don't know if it's a male. But M. Rodriguez, 33 years old, and a thing from Texas. I said, oh, okay. And they found out Alyssa lives in Staten Island, so it couldn't be her. Because the girl, Casey's in Atlanta, Georgia. Alright, so look at that. They would say, you know what? Let's call the phone numbers. Because we got nothing else. We call the phone numbers. They called the first phone number, they got disconnected. So apparently, maybe it was an old phone that they don't use anymore, and now this person has the phone. So whatever. Old phone. Now, the new number they called, the person picked up right away, but it was the male voice. He said, hello, who's this? So he said, oh, sorry, I must got the wrong number. He said, oh, yes, you do. And I was like, ooh, who is that? I would say, yes, who is that? Who is that? And it was a male. So I said, ooh, and what about it's a guy? I said, that would be a karma for him. Because throughout this thing, Cammy and Neve was like, oh my gosh, do we really want to do this? Because it's on national television. The girlfriend gonna find out. We don't want to break up the whole family. I was like this. This is like exposure. You willing to go risk everything, or it's like, come on now. You could be out and dump and all that stuff like that. You could be thrown in your behind. You will be left single. Like, come on now. But he's still gonna continue going on with that. Continue going on. So they got back with Dre, and every time he come back in the picture, I said, oh. I keep saying, every time he come in the picture, I said, oh. So that's you gotta see when you see him in this episode. Every time you see Dre, say, ooh. Alright, so so they got that, and it's like, listen, the person answered Neve's number, and they don't even know Neve's number, but they will not answer Dre's calls. So they was like, okay. They got back with Dre, and he came back and said, ooh. And they told him all the stuff. They told him about the Alyssa, that it wasn't her, because he saw the thing. He said, oh, that's Casey. He said, no, her name is Alyssa. That's not that now and all stuff, so this is not the girl. They would check the phone numbers. One of them was a guy phone. So before that, it was a message. They checked his Facebook page, and he said, well, if the next girl I get with, she want to get the next girl I get with, if she get pregnant, I better have triplets because I can't do this anymore. So a girl named Tasha responded and said, oh, you better stop playing and all that stuff like that. Get out of here. And then she tagged the girlfriend, Rebecca. So Neve hit Tasha up, and there was a friend, and realized Tasha is actually his sister. I said, oh, so his sister, the sister and brother said, oh yes, he's no good. He's a player. We know he like to chick with other girls. He needs to calm down. All that stuff. He's destroying his relationship with Rebecca, and we need to stop. He's doing too much. And she also said that I don't think Rebecca will be the one who'll be catfishing. Maybe it's one of his boys, because they like to joke around with each other. So that was that. And she was trying to get him to be in the right path to stop doing all this craziness, but he continued going on. So after they came back and they told him all that stuff, so they said, listen, this is what we got to do here. This is the national television. The girlfriend will see it. Your daughter could see this and everything. We don't want to be the one to be destroying the family. So can you really think this over? Do you really want to continue on going on after we know that it's a possibility? We know it's not Casey and everything. Like, you have a clean break right now. Just go off, apologize to Rebecca, try to make this work, and get your family together. And if you want to continue, we can help you. You can find out. But think this through. So he said, yeah, it's a possibility that I could be thrown down, I can kick down, I can be not, she will dump me and won't take me back anymore, all that stuff. And they said, come on, they were trying to get him, they were trying to reason with him. But he still had the inkling that he really wants to find out who this person is. Like, he's more hell-bent. He said, listen, find out, because if it's just a female, he'd be okay with it. As long as it's a good-looking female, he'd be okay, and he would just deal with that. Even though he knows that the Casey is not Casey. The Casey picture that he was seeing is not her. So he's willing, and she's a good-looking girl. I said, I don't know what the hell they want to do with you, but Rebecca's a good girl for dealing with you and got your daughter from. All right, so they said, sleep it over, sleep at night, talk to Rebecca, apologize to her, try to see what she said and all that stuff, and come back in the morning. Come back in the morning. He talked to his brother before the night, and they were talking about all this. He catch up with his brother Fred on a lot of things, and he said, I want to find out. I said, oh my gosh. Do we need to find out? Like, really? So next day, he got back on and he said, listen, yes, he talked to Rebecca. She's madder than what she was before, because now he continued wanting to pursue this and everything. So he don't know what her decision is, if she's going to take him back or not. He's going to give her time to think about it, all that stuff. So that's that. But he still want to continue on. So he said the last thing we need to do is freaking contact Casey. Hey, what's up, Nick Casey? This is Neve from Catfish, and we up here trying to find people and everything. Give us a holler, hit my digits. Alright, so she responded back. She said, okay, do he really want to meet me? Do he think he's ready to meet me? I said, why everybody keep saying that? Like, he said, yeah, I'm ready to find out. He said, hell yeah. And they said, oh yeah. He said, hell yeah. I said, he's serious. So, hell yeah. And then he said, Neve texted, he said, hell yeah, but he knows that you are not the person in the pictures. So he was still willing to meet you. She said, okay, I will do that, but give me 15 minutes. Alright, so she said, got herself together. Then big reveal. Reveal came out, and it was a girl, a black girl, who we all find out. It was not Rebecca, so we all was like, who is this chick? So find out the Casey was a girl named Charisma. Charisma is 22 years old. She going to school to be a mortician. Yeah, more to it. Yeah, to be a mortician. Work with dead people and all that stuff. And she saw him on Instagram, though he was a chill person and all that stuff, and she just want to get to know him more and stuff. And hopefully, she had a bad connection. That's why she didn't want to talk to him for video chat or stuff. But hopefully, they'd be cool and they could still talk. And throughout the midst of it, he was flirting with her, flirting with her. Even though it was not the Casey that he was thinking, he was still flirting with this girl. So Cammy and Eve said, "I can't believe he flirting with this chick." They say, "Right?" And he said, what's going on? So, the next minute you know, when Charisma's still talking, another female came in. And I said, what's going on? It's actually his sister. Not Tasha, another sister named Jackie. Jackie was the real Casey. And she used her friend Charisma to help her out for a little bit. But the one that Dre was talking to was his own sister, Jackie. Now, Jackie was saying that she don't like that her brother is a player. He's no good. How he treat Rebecca, how he publicly humiliate her. Like he needs to stop doing that. Constantly want to flirt with other females, making her look bad and doing her wrong. So she created this profile to teach him a lesson, publicly humiliate him, to get him to see his error ways, to get him to stop that, to respect Rebecca, because I guess the family liked Rebecca. So it was like, listen, stop doing this and everything. And he was like, oh my gosh, why you do this to me, all that stuff. Long story short, he did not trip over it. He said, you know what? She said she still loves you. She just wants to teach him a lesson. Hope it works. So you can stop doing this. Because you need to be with Rebecca. She's a good girl. All that stuff. Cammy was here for it. Cammy was praising Jackie for doing that. Me was listening and just let her be. And he said, yeah. So now he started to act like now he look dritty. And they was like, yeah, she was... Notice that when he was getting to the point of that sexual talk, she didn't want to get too that deep with him because she know she was a brother. Now she found out about Casey is because Fred told Jackie that Dre was talking to Casey, and then Jackie was like, "Oh yeah, he's really serious of doing it." So that's why she continued with the Casey thing and tried to trap him up. And I guess it worked. It worked. Like I said, it's not gonna be long. I guess it worked because at the end of the day, they said 2 months later, after this taping, Jackie saw improvement in his behavior. He's not doing too much they're playing games. He's being more responsible and faithful to Rebecca. Rebecca took him back, and she welcomed the change, and she hopeful that this new change is continue to be the person that he changed to be. And he's only focusing on Rebecca and his daughter. I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't believe what he was talking about. Oh yeah, I gotta do better. I gotta change all that stuff. I gotta do right. I was like, listen, a grown ass man is not gonna change that easily like that. So it's gonna take some time. But they say 2 months after the taping. So maybe it took them gradually to get to that point, the 2 months later point. But that was Catfish, y'all. Like I said, this video is not too long like the other 2 previous videos because it was straight to the point, and I was so done with this guy wanting to do all that was risk it all for a catfish when he has a whole relationship with other people who's single out there in their bed, want to find a person. I need a man, I need a woman, I need a man, I need a girl, I'm so single, I'm lonely, I need to be hold that night, and all that stuff. They're doing all that. And they can't find no one, but you got a whole girlfriend, but you still want to get catfish, so you deserve to get catfish. And it happened to be a sister who she loves you, she just wants you to do right, all that stuff. And he didn't trip over it. He didn't trip that his sister catfished him, and I guess it was a wake-up call, and that's what happened. And I guess he's doing better. So that was MTV Catfish, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you all next week. Peace.